Welcome, everybody. Welcome to. We're not going to screw up my intro. We're not going to screw up my intro. We're going to remember to say everything. Hi, welcome to the Festival of Frost, a root game for HOPEmas as part of the Sword&Key HOPEmas lineup, where we join up with the rest of Team SideQuest to raise money for Project Hope. Project Hope focuses on places in crisis to save lives, train in community healthcare workers, and provide much needed medical supplies. More information can be found at !HOPEmas in the chat or at projecthope.org. I am Baker. I almost said your name. We're doing good. I am Baker, she, her. I will be your GM for today. We are running a wonderful game called Root, which I absolutely adore. And that's all I'm going to say. Before we do the rest of the introductions, I just want to say that this is a Sword&Key stream. You can find all of Sword&Key links on Beacon AI /Sword&Key. We have our socials, a link to join our Discord, discount codes for our amazing affiliates, and links to all of our charity partners. I will call out particularly Long Dog Dice. They recently sent me a very beautiful set of pink void dice that I'm in love with to the very core of my body. Now, let's go around the table and do quick introductions of who you are and who you're playing. Our characters will tell you their roles and who they are, and we will do the player characters inductions at the end. And I'm just gonna start by going to the person close to me, Erin.
Did not realize I was the person closest to you. Hi,
In
I'm
Zoom.
Erin.
In Zoom.
Uh, yes, I am Erin, pronouns she, her, and I am going to be playing the Heretic playbook. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Um, and my character's name is Sveta. Do I
Excellent.
pick who's
Thank you.
next? Do you pick who's next?
No,
Ooh,
I will
popcorn.
pick. I will pick who's next. Sorry. I forgot I was muted for a second and went to speak and then remembered. I will go to the person closest to Erin. That would be Toto.
Hi everyone, my name is Toto. My pronouns are she, they, not in order of preference. And I'll be playing Jesper, who is a snowshoe hare, and their pronouns are he, they. And I'm going to play the Chronicler today, and I'm excited to see where the adventure goes.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And I will just popcorn down to Bunnie.
Hi, I'm a bunz. And today I will not be playing a bunz. I will be playing a raccoon whose name is Evita and is the ooh, I almost said my first choice, which was the thief, but no, they're the scoundrel. uh I'm not a cool type of raccoon. I tried to look and all of them looked like somebody had just painted over a picture of a raccoon. I went, ah. Oh, my pronouns are she, they, and so are Evitas. I remembered this time.
Excellent. I forget all the time. And then we will pop over to our last player, but certainly not our least, Miranda.
Hello, everyone. I'm Miranda. My pronouns are she, her. And I am playing Mabel, also she, her, who is a mole. And I am using the Seeker playbook.
Excellent. As a reminder, Root is raising money for HOPEmas, the HOPEmas project. You can donate to help our players or, hinder them if you would like to. we've got a little bit of chaos in our incentives where you can give the players a random item that might help them, or it might just cause a little more fun in their life. You can help them gather gossip from around town, and you can also give them you can also control fate today. One of the few times in your life you will ever get to truly say you controlled fate and decided it. So I look forward to starting this game, so let's get it underway. I'm really bad at intros, but that's okay because I'm really good at running games, hopefully. We are going to go to a magical world where the world is a magical place where the world is covered in snow. There's a little bit of war because what fantasy game isn't having some type of war at any point in time? And we are going to go down into a clearing where there are currently 3 people, well, animals, sitting around a table. They have just received an envelope. It is in the center of the table. They've seen these types of envelopes before. It's nothing new. It's a letter, a job that they can choose to take. They are all powerful, smart, and cunning members of this society. They are vagabonds. Do any of you pick up the envelope?
Yeah, I
Mabel will.
think Jesper probably would have.
Excellent. Jesper opens the envelope to see a name at the top, one that you will have maybe heard about in rumors that you probably wrote off. Oh, wow. Okay. Uh, okay. Uh, that you probably heard of in rumors, wrote off as far-fetched and a fairy tale. The name you read is Matchstick. It is a supposed Robin Hood-esque thorn in the side of the Marcuse the cat. And underneath it, it says simply, wanted dead. 50,000 gold pieces, which is more money than any job has ever netted any of you. It's the type of gold that you could even split among the 3 of you, could make you never have to take another job again. It gives you the name of a clearing. It's called Bramblebrook. It states in your brief that they are having a festival. It is a oh, it states in there that they are having a festival of frost. Your target, they do not know who they are. They do have intel that they will be at the festival and that they will be at Bramblebrook. They're asking that you take care of this quickly and quietly without making this person a martyr. And they warn that it won't be easy. There's not a lot of information. You're used to the Marcuses. You're used to the Marcuses, men being a little bit lazy. Do you accept the job?
I think Jesper's going to read through the letter, and as going through it, kind of scrunches the eyebrows is like scrunched together as they read the name Matchstick, because as Hugh described it, it's someone who almost feels like a fairy tale. Like, is this person even real? And now you want us to go after them, and we don't even know if they exist. And I think Jesper's going to reach uh the letter over to Mabel and gives her a bit of a questioning look, like tilting the head.
Mabel takes it and also like scans through it. Um and looks back at Jesper and is like, this doesn't feel like a good one. Pass it over to Sveta.
But reads through it quickly and says, I think I like Matchstick. Why do we want them dead?
Is this a prank? Who offers 50,000 gold pieces for a phantom?
If
What do we
anybody,
know about this
Yeah.
matchstick?
if anyone would like to make a roll, you can, depending on your character sheet, choose what you would like to roll. You can roll figure out someone, or
I
think-
have good charm. I can roll to figure someone out.
Mhm.
Go for him.
And this is 2d6, right? It's
I am looking at your character sheet right now, and I'm just double checking your things. I'm double checking your moves in case you have anything that would help.
not for figuring things
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
But I do have a +3 charm. And I
Yes. No.
rolled
You're willing to use it.
an 8, +3 is 11.
Okay. I was just double checking because I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything important that you might be able to get. You have heard the name whispered among the denizens. It is a story among, and you've probably heard it whispered among the Marcuse generals as well. It's a lot of different types of stories. Among the Marcuse, you hear about this criminal group who run around and bomb places, set things on fire, steal large amounts of money. Sometimes they claim a little bit that they steal aid from the convoys. They have been known to ambush entire armies. Not themselves, obviously, a group. They're not taking out an entire army. But their feats almost among the denizens are whispered as if they are this benevolent God who comes down and blesses and feeds the poor and helps the struggling. And they do it in multiple ways, just packages showing up with food, or denizens cleared of bad generals who are doing more harm than good. When you think about all of you have always chalked them up to being kind of a myth or a legend, probably a group of people. But you do know that you've heard the name a lot. And you do know that it's tied to some very good things, but it is tied to, with every good deed, there is sometimes casualties, and there is chaos in the way these rumors function. They're related to large bombings in cities that, yes, mainly hit the Marcuse men or soldiers, mainly hit the Marcuse soldiers, but with any type of thing, there's disruption in that. There's disruption in jobs, there's disruption in food. It's a bit chaotic in the way they handle everything. So you almost assume it's a group working under the same name. But here, this is telling you, and as you look at it more, you can see the official stamp of the Marcuse on this paper.
Important question.
Yes.
Does it provide a physical description of Matchstick?
No, they are unaware of who match. They know they know that Matchstick exists, but they do not know who Matchstick is.
All right. I have a plan. They don't know what Matchstick looks like. What if we convince Matchstick to fake their own death and then just find some random guy to kill? Or, an already dead one. We can be flexible.
I was with you until the killing a random guy part, I've got to be
Or a
honest.
random dead one.
Better. Do you really think it's worth risking it? I mean, we don't even know who this person is yet.
Yeah, is there a way where we can still get the 50,000 now? You see, we've depleted our resources quite a bit with the last travel, and I still have a few places I need to go and do some research. And it turns out travel is quite expensive.
Well, that's why we get Matchstick in on it. He goes to ground long enough to for us to get the money, and
And
then
then we have to hide for the rest of our lives when he turns up again and bombs somewhere else.
Hiding's
or
really
he
bad if you wanted to
claims to be
research.
someone else. No one knows what he looks like. He can claim to be son of Matchstick.
Do we know Matchstick is a guy?
No. We don't even know Matchstick is one person. I mean, this letter refers to one person, but if all they know is where Matchstick will be, that doesn't really mean anything.
Wouldn't it make sense then to go and find the person who sent this letter and talk to them?
Yeah. We should also consider if we went to Bramblebrook, found and managed to find Matchstick, which sounds like it will be difficult, we could just tell them about the offer and ask them to match the price. If they're constantly stealing so much gold, maybe they have that much. Maybe they would pay us to do something.
I would honestly love how they kept themselves secret for so long.
I am more interested in scamming a bunch of money out of, the government than the revolutionaries, but that's just
Oh,
me.
yeah. I agree with you. I just don't know how long we could keep the
Well, the
scam
government
going.
has funded a lot of my research. They also
Yeah.
cancelled a lot
You're
of my
already
research.
scamming a bunch of money out of the government. It should be easy.
Now hold on, we're delivering serious research outputs here.
We
Jesper's an
do,
expert
and
in
then they
his
also
field.
canceled my last one, which was really rude. Like in the middle of it, they just said no more.
All right, let's scam them. I'm convinced. If we can get some better outcomes that way, great. Do you want to go and talk to whoever wrote this letter, Jesper?
I think it would be quite an
Is the
insightful.
letter signed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where did we get it?
You all received it from the general for this clearing, Woodwork. Wood. No, Woodwork is not going to come out. Wood. Why not? We're just going to call him Woodsworth. There we go. That one will come out. You got this from General Woodsworth, who is in this clearing. It was a job that he was meant to give to the first vagabond party that came through.
Okay. Sure. Let's go ask some questions.
Well, I think we don't have enough information to make a decision yet. We should ask this Woodsworth guy. And then if we find Matchstick, also ask Matchstick. And depending on what everyone tells us, we can make a decision then. Or not. And then just leave.
You think we should meet Matchstick? Tell them we're here to kill you for 50,000 gold, and they'll let us leave.
Well, no. Well, obviously,
50-50.
maybe just like ask them what their deal is. What
Okay.
they have planned for, if they have a plan. And honestly, if they decide to fund my research, I'm happy to join them.
We can
Let's not
also
get
As
ahead
ask
of
long
if
as
ourselves.
someone funds it.
we can also ask if anyone has any idea what he looks like,
Or she.
Yes.
Or they.
or she, or they.
Well, why don't we start with this Woodsworth?
How
And then go
far is
from
it
there.
from here to Brumblebrook?
It is about a 3-day journey if you go through the woods, which you are all more than capable of, or about a week and a half if you go on the pass.
And when is the festival?
The festival is in about a week. You would probably, if you took the pass, you would probably get there the night before it started. If you didn't take the pass and went through the woods, you would be able to have time to prepare, pick up a few things, get ready, get as much information as you wanted.
Okay. Let's go through the woods. If we do it. I'm not saying we have to do it.
I think that if you go through the woods, Mabel would know that it probably would take a little longer, knowing how Jesper gets distracted a lot and would like start categorizing every single plant they come across. Like,
Mabel is like mentally figuring out if we can put like a harness on Jesper, like you put on a toddler to like yoink them back from whatever they're investigating.
like you would like have to add at least a day on top of the travel, but it
Okay.
would still be faster than
Still
taking the
quicker.
path. Yeah, it would still be faster, but not as fast as it would be if you had people who are concentrating on getting through the woods rather than categorizing the wood.
Mm.
Excellent. Do you guys leave your back room in the tavern to head out to find Woodsworth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys exit the tavern, and the clearing that you're in is relatively large. It's closer to the center of the woodland, which means that the Marcuse's influence is felt heavily here. There are a lot of industry, woodworking shops, which is why I said woodwork. A lot of woodworking shops, a lot of steel shops, a lot of buildings. There's training camps for soldiers, and in a bit of a stark kind of contrast, those who do not work with the Marcuse are denizens. And you can see that, like most clearings, you would be very used to this. This is how it is everywhere. It's been this way since the fall of the birds. There's, wherever you look, there's bits of poverty that you can tell. Windows and doors that are not fixed but boarded up in order to keep out the chill of the winter. There are there are less people with jobs who are more begging on the street. There's the food in the stalls is not nearly as fresh, but in some ways it's a little bit better than right after the fall of the Erie dynasty. Most of these clearings had been completely cut off. The Marcuse did advance the infrastructure that the birds had originally laid, which is why there's roads and there's even fresh food in this area. As you guys travel through, you go into a nicer and nicer part of town until you are standing in front of the general's office. It's connected to his home. If you guys would like to ring the door, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ring the door, and a tall, burly badger answers the door. May I help you?
Yeah, hello.
Yes,
We're
we're
looking
looking
to
for
speak
this
to
guy,
Wordsworth.
and
Yeah.
holds up the letter.
Ah, yes. General Woodworth was expecting you. He
That's
leads you
alarming, but great.
he leads you into the office, and you walk into a room where you see a white cat with a little bit of a smushed face, dressed in very neat clothing. His desk is very neat. Everything is pinned straight, and he is reviewing over certain documents. And he looks up and he goes, "Yes?" And the badger hands over the letter to Woodworth, and he said, "Ah, yes, I assumed you would want to speak to me. Come in.
Thank you.
I am General Woodsworth. I was put in charge of making, well, quite frankly, had you stopped at any of the major clearings, you would have been given this job beforehand. Quite a few of us have been asked to look for a group of vagabonds that we felt were strong enough to attempt to take down Matchstick.
So just to be clear, are we the only ones with this letter, or are other groups out there too?
I did send a note that I had found a groups of vagabonds. Out of character groups of vagabonds are very rare. So there's only probably one or two of you that have, like, one or two groups that have clumped together. And so the reason they sent it out everywhere is there is very rare chance of a group of vagabonds wandering into your town. So they wanted to cover as much base as possible. So you guys weren't specifically chosen. It's just there are so few of you. However, groups of vagabonds are incredibly powerful. So you guys, all of you are known. You as a unit are known. It's rare for vagabonds to travel together. So
Okay.
you don't know General Woodworth, and he doesn't know you, but he's heard of you, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Uh I sent out word that you had entered my town, and I felt you were specifically good for this, considering the amount of research that you do. I felt a good mystery might be helpful.
Yes, yes, very good. We are looking for clues right now. Does anyone know what this guy or person looks like?
Unfortunately, a ton of we have never been able to get a lot of detail or information on Matchstick. We do know that they exist. We do know that they are the head of an organization called the Corvid Conspiracy, which is just a group of thugs, quite frankly. They cause a lot of problems. They hurt a lot of denizens and when they are going through. We understand that it is a loosely based organization, but they are a criminal organization. They do steal, they rob. It's sometimes at the detriment of denizens of the woodland. Quite frankly, Matchstick is one of the worst. They've led large operations that have killed quite a few of my men, and it's always hard finding stability after war. I understand that. Things aren't great in the woodland, but we can do better, and we do better when there isn't a group of anarchists running around. We want what's best for the denizens.
So what? They are leading a lot of these assaults on your troops. Do they
Yes.
have any kinds of demands?
We're not quite sure. We do know that they have slowly been trying to get a foothold more in the woodlands. We're a little afraid that they're going to try and start a coup, and that would be devastating. As you know, the Woodland Alliance is already enough of a problem. So,
Historically speaking, it wouldn't be the first one, so.
no, it would not. I mean, technically, if I'm being quite frank, I will admit that the Marcuse is not from this area, and they are coming into the woodland, but we believe it's for the best.
So you rather not someone else does the same thing you do?
We believe that we have much better intentions. We're trying to bring industry and infrastructure and help the denizens. I know vagabonds have your own theories and your own thoughts, and I would never disrespect you by assuming that you are blind followers of the Marcuse. But I do believe that I your work has benefited many denizens. I do think that this would benefit the denizens if we were able to take out one criminal that is causing so much damage.
You're sending
Right.
us on a wild goose hunt? Is that? Am I allowed to say that? Anyway,
Yes.
you're sending us on a wild goose hunting. We don't even know if Matchstick is a person.
We have enough intel I can give you more intel if you promise to take the job. It
Is
is
there any way, any identifying features, anything that you have heard that we would have to make sure the target has?
No, unfortunately, we do not know who they are, but we do have some intel. Are you willing to take the job?
I think we're willing to go to Bramblebrook and
Yes.
see the lay of the land.
Excellent.
Whether we're able to complete it or not, no guarantees.
Oh, if you don't complete it, I'll make you a deal where we have some extra money in the coffers. We could, if you're willing to go investigate and bring back any type of intel, we'd be willing to give you 5,000 gold, whether or not you manage to kill Bramblebrook. I mean, whether or not you manage to kill Matchstick.
All right.
Think you
5,000
clarified
just
because
for info.
Sveta was ready to go.
I was like, he is I and I am him.
Sveta, if Sveta wanted to roll another read someone, they could.
Can I help? Is there a way to help someone with their role?
Yes, there is. So if Sveta wanted to roll a figure out, and if Jesper told me how they wanted to help, you could add a +1 or +2 to their roll.
So I have the move Lawmaster, which says when you consult your knowledge in order to understand the political conflict, roll with cunning. And considering I also have good advice when you offer an NPC an advice. It's usually for an NPC, but I figured like I have these knowledge-based, advice-based moves that I maybe like standing behind Sveta as they're trying to figure out. It's just like whispering to them all the stuff I know about like historically how the Mackeys came into the woodlands what they've done before. And it was like just like the Paper Silver guy, but history points like, and this is where they started moving into this territory, and they actually brought themselves in.
All right, excellent. Will you roll to? We're gonna have you roll, and depending on your roll, you'll give a +1 or
-2.
a -2, depending on what. Well, you're trying to help, so it would just be a +1. But also, if you fail, the Woodworth is going to notice what you're doing.
You do
Okay.
also have to mark exhaustion after you roll.
Yes.
So I roll to see if I can help, and
Yeah.
mark an exhaustion, and then could potentially give a +1 to
Mhm.
Erin's roll. Okay, do I roll cunning? Because Lawmaster is roll with cunning.
Yeah, you can roll with cutting. I know cutting is a high skill
Stop
for you.
scratching the
you-
wall, Asher. Sorry, my
So
cat's
that is 9 plus 3 to cunning, so that is a 12 in total.
Perfect. You help out. And with a 12, I'm just gonna say you don't have to mark exhaustion. Because that's a really high roll. And we're gonna start you out with not marking exhaustion. And the +1, so you now have a +4 on figuring out something.
That does bring me up to a 10.
Nice.
Perfect.
So I
So
get
that-
3 of these questions.
Yes.
Hmm. Well, I'm going to start with, is your character telling the truth?
For the most part, you can tell that Woodwork is telling the truth. He believes a lot of what he says, but you can also, in that little moment he said kill Bramblebrook, there was a hint of truth in that. You don't know in what way, but there was a hint of truth in that statement when he corrected himself.
Okay, then let's just straightforward. What does your character wish I to do?
He wants you to take the job. He wants you to take the job desperately. They need you to take this job.
Ooh.
And let's say, what is your character really feeling?
We're gonna add to this maybe because it says that you can hold your question, so you don't have to ask them right away. You can also say like, okay,
That
let's
is true.
remember
I
later.
guess
Find a word.
I'll hold the last one until it becomes more relevant.
Perfect. So knowing that information, Woodworth laughs and states, sorry, matchstick. Too much work, too many papers, all of those wonderful things. I do believe that taking out Matchstick would be best for the woodland. And I do believe that your group would probably be able to gather more intel on Matchstick than anyone else has been able to. You would be doing a great service to the Marquise, something they would remember, say, when you wanted to do more research or you needed your travels funded, or the next time your organization needed a bit of a helping hand, we might be able to help in various ways.
Well, that's very
All right.
generous.
We'll take the job.
Sure.
Excellent. I will tell you this. The citizens of Bramblebrook have deeply tied themselves to Matchstick. We do know that they will be there. We do know that there's a good chance their hideout and base are there. We are unable to get in, which is why we desperately wanted you. The festival is one of the few times where this clearing is very open to visitors.
We will require some of the funds upfront to be able
Abs-
to proceed with the operation.
Absolutely. I can offer a I can offer an upfront fee of the 5,000 I was willing to give you the for bringing
Info.
back information. Yes. That of course should cover also your inn. I hear there's a lovely inn and anything you need to blend in at the festival.
What is the festival? Is it a winter festival? What does it celebrate?
It's a winter festival. It's to celebrate the start of the darkest time of the year. So the final day the is on the longest night of the year where they light fires and eat food and gather, is my understanding. I've never attended it, but I've heard rumors about it. It used to be quite big before the fall of the Erie dynasty.
Okay.
Do we know um what do we know about the Marquis? Like, how long have they been stationed here, so to speak? Like, how long have they been around?
So the Marquis entered the forest from the east side. Bramblebook is on the west lower side. And they kind of came in and they swept into the center clearings as quickly as possible. They came in about 2 years after the fall of the Erie dynasty. Sorry. They came in about 2 years after the fall of the Erie dynasty. They've been here for about 3 years now. They have quite a strong foothold on one side of the forest. Another part is controlled by the Erie dynasty. The Woodland Alliance holds a small section. This is the most divided the Woodland has ever been, but the Marquis holds the largest proportion of it.
Mm.
And then it's a little bit more wild over in the west area where Bramblebrook is. You've been to a few clearings over that way. They're normally very desolate. There's not a lot of access to trade unless they're right on a river route. Uh, the denizens tend to have it a little bit worse. They're not desirable places, so that's normally where generals are sent for punishment. It can be a not great place for various reasons. The Woodland Alliance, who, yes, they are fighting to take back their home, but they tend to take the ends justifies the means route. And so it has resulted in a lot of wars. And since the West is partially unclaimed, it is one of the hardest hit areas right now. It's the least stable of them all. Power is constantly fluctuating in this area.
So I think Jesper's probably um kind of keeping track of the situation going on in one of his scrolls, like in the books, um, and putting in notes as like how historically what happened in a similar way and when it did, and which faction turned into which, and it's kind of like a chronological um writing about when what happened. You don't
Okay.
really find, if you look into it, you don't really find any notes about how they feel about it or what he thinks, but rather just like facts, or facts put it into like chronological order. This happened, and Jesper's looking through it as we are thinking about going to the west, and scrunches his eyes, like scrunches his face together a little bit again, and it's like 50,000 gold points for White Goose Hunt into the most fought over area in the woodlands. Are you sure he wants the matchstick that or us?
Do you say
Maybe
this
it's a
in front of a
2-for-1.
woodwork?
No, I say that like after, like if we leave
Okay.
and like just the group.
It's just bold.
It's like looking through the.
Before we leave, is there anything we should know about Bramblebrook? Like who's in charge, any major players, or we just don't know?
Quite frankly, you haven't heard a lot about this clearing, which is weird. You
Okay.
guys are well traveled. You've been to the west, not that far west, but you've been to the west. Uh, and you've never really heard a whole ton about it. So you do know it's on the river. But honestly, um, I'm gonna give this one to you for free. It's it clicks in your head. It's a little weird for a clearing out in the west to be able to hold a festival,
Mm.
let
Kind of
alone
makes the like stronghold of power thing add up, if that's
yeah.
where the matchstick is based.
Um, Jesper would also wonder if maybe the way they are able to finance this, considering the situation they are in, is maybe matchstick to begin with. Like, where's the money coming from to
Yeah.
hold a festival like this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything you are in a center clearing? This is going to be where the most resources are that don't need to, that you aren't going to be able to like gather in the woods. Is there you are vagabonds. You all have the basics, but is there anything special you want to pick up while you're in town given that you have 5,000 gold. You could pick up an extra couple of medical kits, you could pick up some nicer food, anything. You could pick up some nice wines to bribe people with, whatever you would like. Is there anything you would like to grab?
I definitely want to get like little sweets or trinkets that might be appealing to kids, because kids always know what's going on. That's the way to get intel, in my opinion. And they're gobby. They'll talk.
Excellent.
So yeah.
I also would like to look into gear to help us navigate snowy regions, because Jesper feels very confident in snow, considering he is a snowshoe hare. So it's like quite big feet, furry paws, so don't really get cold. But they look over to Mabel, and Mabel's an older mole lady, and
Yeah,
Jesper worries that Mabel will freeze to death. It's like
that's cute.
we should
And
get we
reasonable.
should get you a coat and
Yeah,
some
okay.
warm shoes.
We
Some
can do
warm
that.
shoes.
We can get some good shoes.
Like
Erin,
I'm
is there
pretty fine and just like thumbs with the feet, but I don't know about you. I don't think you
Now
can like
listen
burrow
here,
your way through
young'un.
it. Everything is frozen.
If you travel down deep enough, you can get to wherever you want to go.
Well,
Although
you have
that's
to get
probably not going
into.
to help in this case.
Yeah,
Erin, is
heard
there
it's really
anything
cold.
you would like
Sveta
to
is
prep?
actually going to get like I think like a toolkit of some sort, or like generic thing of useful hand tools, and yeah, like a first aid kit.
Okay.
Yeah. Who
Uh,
has medical kits already? I have one.
I don't have one yet. My stuff is mostly.
I did not have one. I got
Okay.
a
We have
weapon and
one.
armor.
Yeah, we should maybe get medical kits.
all right.
Apart from anything else, that might be good to trade with. Like, if it's hard to come by, being able to help people is a good way
What
to.
do we know about like the flora and fauna of the West?
The woodland has wide varieties of flora and fauna. You do know that you'll be able to collect some foods, stuff like that. Medicinal plants in the deeper woods is a little bit harder, uh, just because there are animals that don't live in the woodland. And you've never seen some of them, but they're kind of the stuff of legend. They're large, they're larger, and they're wolves, and and deer and stuff like that. That you've seen signs of them. There's bits taken off of the ground, but medicinal wise, it's a little harder to come by plants. If you really know what you're doing and know how to process them, you could. But it's better to have medical kits on hand just because if someone is injured, it will be a lot faster than trying to prepare the herbs and such. So,
But so it will also be interesting to know just in case of what is where. So what would they be more likely open to trade with because they can't or they don't get it that easily there. So
given the information you have about the West, most things, any luxury item, any oil to burn, to oil candlesticks, uh new blankets, new coats, new things like that, new fabrics, uh those kind of things would be more, they're not going to have a lot of it as far as you know in the West. It's like I said, it doesn't have a lot of access to trade because no one really has a good foothold in there, which means that there's not a lot of trade going on like there is in the center of the ones. And even the clearings that are more stable that touch near the Erie and the Marcuse border tend to trade with each other, even though they're on opposite sides of a war.
okay, so considering that, I probably would advise the others to get items that are useful in order to trade. So medicine kits and stuff is definitely up there, and clothing and anything, but like not luxury items because you don't need luxury items if you can't feed yourself.
Excellent. Well, you guys go shopping. We are going to zoom out. Write down whatever you guys buy. You do have, don't mark your resources because you will be using the resources that you got from Woodworth. And I will keep track of those. Just send me a list of the stuff you buy, and I will tell you how much resources you have left. You do lodging and like basic meals at the inn when you get there will cost you one resource each from this. There will be 3 resources removed from this pool automatically. Okay? Perfect. And the camera is going to zoom out over a large wooded area. As it zooms out further, you can see the smoke billowing from the woodwork and the steel mills. As it goes down past the west, you see war-torn lands, and then it comes in on a clearing that's covered in snow, where children are laughing and playing. And there is a raccoon sitting in the middle of a town center, watching as people set up lights and Bunz, did I get your character wrong? It's a raccoon, right?
No, it's a raccoon. It's a raccoon.
Okay, I was like, I know we discussed this at 2 a.m. last night.
2, you're being nice. It was 3. I'm playing.
There is a raccoon sitting in this clearing watching as preparations for a festival is coming, and over their shoulder someone hands them a note, quiet and simple. What does the note say? I'm sorry, I know what the note says. Do you read the note?
I do. It says, yeah, I open it.
You open it.
What does it say?
Dear Evita, we have word on the wind that some visitors are coming. We do think it would be of interest to you to guide them. It is a group of vagabonds by the name of Jesper, Sveta, and Mabel. And it ends with Mayor Roger. Because I wanted at least one person to not have a fantasy name.
I love that it's Roger.
It's Roger. It ends with Mayor Roger. It's very simple. And you close the letter.
I do.
And as you look at the peaceful clearing in front of you where kids are playing and well fed, what do you feel?
The beginning of contentment, which honestly is making me a little itchy, but in a cool way. It's like the type of feeling you get when you know somebody who's normally by now they would probably have run and they're starting to go, okay, like a cat you got from outside that's finally settling down and going, no, I like this window. I guess I'll keep it. That that kind of look is going across the town. They're like focused specifically on one little place that seems to fill them with a little bit of pride. But that's it.
You have guests coming. You have a list of things you need to do, but in what ways are you going to prepare for these guests?
Well, first I'm going to bat my cat and tell him stop playing with my iPad. Then okay, have fun. Just please don't drop it. Petulant child. Hold up and do this in character. Well, since I'm going to have guests, I guess I about do what Mama always said, which is clean my kitchen and kind of get up from where they were sitting on this hill and eat the last bit of their lunch, which was like some bread and a little bit of berries they had mashed into it, so it was like jam on bread. They kind of like finish like eating it and they're like, I'm gonna have to tell Zion to work on the dough. And kind of get up and dust themselves off. As always, as I said before, I have been doodling. This is Evita. I don't know if you can see it. Is it gonna do it? Yeah, there you go.
I love it. That's so perfect.
That's so cool.
I'm getting everyone's vibes for their character, but I know what mine looks like, so I could get it done first. They kind of get up and they fix the little jacket they have and make sure there's like a hole in their pocket, and they're like, I'm never gonna get that fixed. And they go down. The way when they go through town, they're kind of waving at everybody. It's very I need 6 eggs. We need bread. Much more to this provincial life kind of thing as they go through town and settle at they work at a little cafe called Sanctuary. And it's also a little bit of it's kind of like a how is to say this? If you've ever played Stardew Valley, when you finally fix the rec center, like that's where they are.
You know me so well.
But, so they like go in and look at the board that has all the little like odd jobs people have around town, like legitimately set up, kind of like this little like cafe. I was gonna ask if you wanted this place to be like the inn, because that was kind of like the vibe I was going for with it. So we're gonna have guests. It's time to prepare. And then they're kind of looking around. People are asking them where to put food and stuff because they have the biggest place. This is sort of where everyone's gonna be eating. And they're just this older raccoon comes up to them. And you can tell it's kind of like they kind of rush over to help them and sit down and let them know, like, so we're gonna be having some guests. I would absolutely love it if you could make that. And she looks like she doesn't want to ask because it takes a lot of work. If you could make that double stuffed pie that you made last time for the festival, if we're going to have out of towners, I think it would be lovely.
Always out of towners at the festival.
Yeah, and you always make the pie. You see how this
It's so much work. I have to do the dough 3 days ahead of time, and then I have to laminate it 12 times. You know it's more of a croissant than a pie, so I don't know why you're calling it a pie. And then I have to braise the meat, and it has to go. Fine, I'll make it. You know I'm gonna make it. I always make it.
As you always say, I'm gonna do it. Just let me complain first. I'm letting you complain.
Yes, I'm aware. I don't know that I appreciate the mocking while I was doing it,
I
but
know it's admiration. And I helped. I already did the dough, and the meat may or may not be braising already. You just have to go sit pretty and make that nice little like braided ring that you do that I can't do. I
did
don't
you
understand how I can't do it.
you don't have patience. This is the problem. You never have patience. But also, did you make sure to add the thyme and the hatch chili peppers? Because it doesn't work if you don't add the thyme and the hatch chili peppers.
But I like how my outsides are not on my insides and vice versa. So why would I make it so spicy?
Because it has to be spicy.
Look, there is
It's
something for you to do. And they reach into their like herbal satchel that's like on their back that's like kind of like ugh. And they kind of like it's dirty or something. They like hand you the pepper like
this is a good pepper. It's
yeah.
definitely been hit by the cold. I appreciate it.
And I love
I'll put less seeds in it this time. But it is funny to watch all of you be uncomfortable.
this is why you make the pie. And like as they walk away, and not any of the other food. But then this is the older raccoon's place, really. But since they've gotten here, they've kind of taken a shine into them. It's really the other way around. But they play it off like I kind of started liking the old lady, so I figured I'd stick around and help. Like, when it's like they almost died in front of my door, so I let them stay here, and they help sometimes. It's definitely like the other way around. um, but they love Mimi, and they want they're just trying to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. The last few times the festival has happened has been since they've been here, and it's kind of starting to get notoriety, and they realize this could be big for Bramblebrook. So got to keep it fun. You got to keep the games going. You got to keep everything happy and festive, especially while it's still nice. And they kind of look out the window and it's like just the start of some dusting. Well, at least this will make the incoming snowball fights a little softer. You can tell they're just trying to see the silver lining in a lot of things. Oh, it's a little ghost. Are you trying to get your camera to refocus?
Come on. Come on. All right. Well, this is. Do you have anything else you would
there it
like
goes.
to prepare for your guest? There we go. Deadlito did not work this time. Deadlito is from Vison because I killed one of our NPCs.
Oh no.
On accident.
I accidentally did Lido. Right.
Do you have anything else you would like to prepare?
Other than like making sure we have enough rooms and whatever else I can help around town, unless I need to do something. Please tell me if I need to do something.
No. I was giving you a chance to introduce your character, get a vibe. There's less for you to prepare. You have an entire town preparing for a festival. But with
Yeah,
that,
I'm just helping.
you're just helping. With that, we are going to head to break. And before we do, I want to announce that we did actually meet a goal right at the beginning of this at the beginning of this stream, and we are now doing a giveaway for a $25 Friday tea, which is an amazing company. They do a wonderful job. Friday herself recently made my partner a Christmas package that I gave to him a bit early with all of his favorite teas. And I kid you not, the coffee machine has not been used once since it arrived. And he used to drink 4 to 5 cups of coffee a day, and now he just spends all of his time making various teas. He even bought a brand new teapot that does different temperatures
Oh,
because that's
fancy.
how excited he was about Friday's choices. The entry for the giveaway is hashtag matchstick because that is who we are all searching for today. The giveaway will happen at the end of the stream, but please keep donating because if you do, we will eventually give away a copy of the Root board game. Root TTRPG is actually based off of a board game, and it came out roughly right before 2020, and we won't talk about why, but they decided to make an online version, and they spent a ton of time making a beautifully functioning, wonderful online board game. If you would like to play a vagabond that causes trouble for all of the other members of the woodland, except for the denizens, please consider to donate because you will win a copy, and that would be super cool. We are going to head to break now. We will be back in 10 to 15 minutes, and we will see you all then. Bye! Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We were doing an educational conversation on languages, so we're sorry it took a little bit longer to come back than we said. Uh, as a reminder, we are playing Root at the. Mm. As a reminder, we are playing Root Bounty at the Festival of Froth. Our players are headed towards each other in, well, our 3 players are headed towards our 4th player, and we are running this game to raise money for a excellent cause as we are raising this money for an excellent cause. And if you would like to donate, please type in, well, exclamation point donate to Project Hope, who aid people in many ways. And one day I will get better at this. And we are going to jump right back in. And we are going to start with our trios of adventures. We're going to go easy. And as they currently have all of the supplies they were gathering, they've gone through the many adventures of the woods. And as we zoom in, they are right near the edge of Bramblebrook. In the distance, you can hear some callings and yellings. You are there about. When did you guys want to arrive?
Say 2 or 3 days before the festival.
2 or 3 days. All right. You arrive. We're going to go with 2 because Jesper found a particularly cool mushroom that they needed to just look at in great detail.
That mushroom
Hi,
is
everyone.
that mushroom could potentially be used to build buildings actually, depending on how you you could like probably mix it with a certain other mushroom.
Here, Jasper, this way. Come on. Come on. There's going to be more mushrooms.
As Jasper is explaining the wonders of this mushroom and how it could be combined in order to provide more stable housing in the woodland, you hear laughter and loud voices and the shouts of people working together. And as you come out of the woods, you come out on top of a hill above a city. And you take a moment and you breathe in the air. You've been going through the woods, you've had to cross through a couple of clearings. You're reminded how war-torn this area is. Maybe you saw things that you're remembering why you like to be more in the center of society, or you're remembering why you like to be out here. I'm not going to pick for your characters. But as you come into Bramblebrook, it's almost like you stepped into a bubble. There are lights. You can hear children laughing and playing in the snow. You hear the laughter of adults. There's less of a broken air here. It's not it's not wildly like everybody has everything perfect. There's clearly some wear and tear on the buildings, but there is a level of ease and calm here that you haven't seen in any clearing since the Erie Dynasty. But even more so, now that you think about it, even during the Erie Dynasty, there wasn't this much laughter. It's open and it's loud. And as you take that in, you see a large tent that has been erected in the center of town. It is the colors of frost. It is every imaginable blue and white swirled into itself, almost as if of magic. And there's a sparkling hue. And in a very picturesque way, a light snow starts to fall as you walk out of the clearing. What do you guys feel in this moment as you look at this almost picturesque small town hallmark version of the woodland?
I think
I think
Mabel feel sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I'm so sorry. Anik put you children in the chat, and I laughed.
I think Mabel feels like a kind of, oh no, like this is so good. And if she had been like she was feeling kind of like maybe we could do this contract, maybe there's two sides to this, maybe it wouldn't even be possible to do this contract, who knows? Now she's thinking, if this is what Matchstick does, I don't think that I can kill them. This is too idyllic compared to the rest of the woodlands.
I think Sveta says out loud, "So we're faking his death, right?"
Right,
I feel like
right?
Jesper's having a little bit different reaction, is not diving right into that thought, but instead is thinking, why is this different? And their brain is going into, I want to do field research. I want to talk to people. I want to see what they have been doing differently. I want to see how the community works. And it's just like in a socio kind of a sociology research brain rather than, oh, we're here for a job. It's like totally forgetting about the matchstick situation, but it's like thinking, okay, how does this community um, work? How do they come together? What is their economic system? And why is they are they aware of the outside world? How is information being spread in here? It's like doing a to-do list and putting all those dots next to each other. Like, what do I have to find out? Where can I read up on this? And is there something in history that has a similar similar situation or place that has been acting in the same way? And if Mabel is like looking over at Jesper, you can tell that Jesper is going into this research mode. That's like totally forgetting why we're here.
I feel like, yeah, like Mabel knows Jesper well enough that like she was already pulling out a spare sheaf of paper and some ink and just hands it over to Jesper, like, start writing it down. We need to make a list.
It's like writing this down, and I think the moment Sveta is saying we're faking his death, right? I was like, who's wait. Right, we were here to meet a person.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you forget?
I wouldn't
It's a
say
question of
forget.
priorities.
Yeah, it's like I had a different priority list. I do think this match stick person probably is somewhat of importance, historically speaking, and probably a part of the community. I guess that it is great. Interestingly enough, in a lot of times they would like put a poster boy or like a poster person to put the agenda forward. I can imagine that Match 6 probably not a person, or like even if they are a person, they are putting a lot of things that are happening onto their agenda or like whatever, and like saying, oh, well, this was all magic, but probably the people are doing the difference here. I cannot imagine that one person is responsible
You
for
know,
all.
yes, but you're right. They are historically significant. And that means that what we choose to do here and what happens,
No,
this
no,
is for
no.
the
And what
history
I'm
books.
saying is, it feels like matchstick. A lot of times, you put one person as a historical poster person to say it's easier to say one person did all this good rather than say people just came together and built a community, because that would mean people have power rather than, oh, we can just get rid of one person and everything is cool, or one person is doing the good and everyone is like, oh cool, one person, we just follow whatever they do. I think we gotta
Yeah.
need to talk to the people.
I agree.
What do we see when we enter? How big is this place? Like, can we see specific buildings?
You can see specific buildings. There are small houses that seem to be gathered on one side. That circle, this clearing is, in true clearing sense, it is circular. And it has some buildings kind of huddled over on one side. It is afforded a bit of protection from most of the elements, because on one side there is just these large hills that go into it and you do go down, and on the other side it is flat, and then the river on the east side where you guys enter, there are hills, and on the west across from you there's more of a flat land. You can see the forest, the hills do go up later, and this kind of encircles. And then on the north side there is a river. Sorry, trying to remember my cardinal directions. On the north side there is a long river that runs, that winds through parts of the woodland. And if you look down, you can see what's clearly a main center of town. There is the large tent. You can see a bunch of smaller temporary stalls being erected in this town center. You can see some larger buildings that you would assume might be an inn, might be a like city center, like a city town hall, or some shops and businesses. They are more permanent. And then you can see groupings of other small houses. A lot of them are a bit more spread out. They have gardens or fields that they clearly tend in the winter. There's large areas that have cattle and other animals running around. Uh, you do know that en route that meat isn't that kind of thing, but there are cattle and chicken and stuff like that to produce eggs and milk, and most of the meat that you would get would be from wild game out in the woods. We're just not going to touch on any of that because I don't know how to address that topic. um but there are where they're raising livestock and other things like that. And there's a smaller building that's a little bit steepled. Uh, Sveta would notice that there is a building that contains a symbol on the front of it that you would know is from the lizard cult, where they worship the might of the great dragon. And you can see a large field behind that. Yes, by the way, this game does have a built-in lizard cult. Um, there's a large building, there's a large garden behind that, which you know they are known for, a greenhouse that you spot, and a medical center. And you would write, this is pretty standard. I am wondering how, Sveta, you are part of an organization that feels pretty powerfully about a lot of things, how the woodland should be run, how history should be written. The lizard cult, how does they play in? Because they're another very powerful worship group.
I think that Sveta would be sort of not totally in favor of the lizard cult. I think that she thinks that they're too, you know, um, too controlling of their members and uh too sort of stringent in their um in their beliefs. And also I think in general she is like much more focused on like what's in front of her rather than spiritual stuff.
Excellent. Uh, Jasper, you would notice at the town center there does seem to be a small library, which a lot of smaller clearings don't have. Uh, you also notice that there are boats lined along the river of the river folk traders clearly coming in to set up for the festival. As you look out on all of this, what is the first thing all of you would like to do?
I think we gotta figure out our lodging first.
Yeah. Head for an inn.
Yeah.
Head for an
It's
inn?
like, yeah, we have like stuff with us, like figuring out where to stay and then kind of make a plan how to proceed.
And you can
Excellent.
always start to talk to people at the inn, innkeepers and other travelers.
Yeah.
You
As
head. Oh, sorry.
just as we head to the inn, um Sveta is going to say to Mabel, there is lizard cult presence here. I don't know if that's involved with matchstick, but their symbol is on one of the buildings.
Can you talk to them? Would they trust you?
I don't see why they would trust me more than you, but I can try.
All right, let's get settled somewhere first.
How big is the like the lizard cult's building or whatever?
The Lizard Cult is a large organization that often comes into clearings, and they will recruit members. They bring a lot of food, aid, medical aid, stability with them, but they will take a very friendly approach. They are very much knock on your door, try to get you to join. And then if you don't want to join, if the clearing is a little resistance on that, they're okay with like being like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you thought this was a choice." That's cute. That's very cute. Let's go. Sign up. The Great Dragon awaits you. You are muted, Buns.
Yeah, how big
It's
is
like we are having soft tacos later.
how big is the presence, I mean, in the town? Like, do we have the feeling that they've been here for a while? Did they already sweep through most of it, or did they just arrive? Like, how big is their station, so to speak?
Uh Given their setup, you know that they've been here for at least a little bit, but it
Mhm.
definitely seems more contained here.
Mm.
They don't seem to have as much of a foothold here as they do in some other clearings where you see their presence. uh you don't know if that's maybe because, and it's up for your character's side, if maybe it's an indication that this clearing was already pretty good before they came in, or if they're the reason that there is this peace and calm and everybody seems taken care of. So, because it wouldn't be that uncommon for them to take care of the denizens, because they do.
I think we go to an inn, get a room, get our rooms, like, and Jesper would probably tell the others that he's planning to check out the town records if they get access to it. If not, they will check out the library and see if they have a collection of the town's history. Like, what do they decide to put in their books? Like, how did the town establish itself? How long has it been around? What are the big events that happened? Stuff like that. Because a town record or like a town's history and what they choose to put in that says a lot about the people and the town itself.
Excellent. You all make your way down this hill and you wander into town and you see more signs of a little bit of wear and tear. Everything's a little bit older. Clearly, this is comfortable, but they're not a wealthy town, but they've managed to make do. It seems they are a community. And communities, oftentimes you'll see the wear and tear if you look close enough, but they're well taken care of. And as you walk through this community, you are go to the you go to the center of town where a lot of people are setting up. People are smiling, laughing. They wave at you. If they would direct you where the inn was, because clearly they know you don't live here. And as you walk into this inn, you are greeted.
It's done by a stack of boxes that are on the stairs. More so you hear a voice coming from behind them as it starts moving towards you. um, now, hello? Hi, welcome to Sanctuary. I'll be there 1 second with y'all. And you notice that when you walked in, there was a little bit of kind of a that happened. And when you look down, there was when you open the door, there's this little I want to say like a beetle or something. Like what would be this world's equivalent of the little bell over the door? Of somebody walking into the inn, which automatically gets you a greeting. But you see this raccoon kind of carrying 2 stacks of boxes, kind of like in each hand and coming down. It's like, I'll be right there with you. Welcome to Sanctuary. And when they sit the boxes down, they kind of look all of you over in what can only be described as like a customer service kind of look of like seeing if you need something, seeing if maybe you have enough money for the inn, like that type of things of like knowing what to offer you. Is like, can I help you? And the interior is this large wooden kind of like foyer area. It kind of gives you old saloon vibes. Quite honestly, that's been turned into what it is now. So the big floor where all the tables and stuff would be are now kind of like benches and tables for people to sit down and like play games or eat food at. But less like a theater sort of way. But the actual theater has like decorations and it's like, welcome to Sanctuary, welcome to the fest. You can tell the tables and stuff in here are going to be used for things. It seems like somebody's setting up for like a warehouse party, like midway when you walk in. Excuse my mess. And they like wipe their hands on their fur before offering you hand. How can I help you? And I'm going to say they offer their hand to Toto.
I think when you see us, it's quite apparent that we are travelers and that like we have bags, and I think we also do kind of look like we have a bit of money at least, like considering we just went shopping. We have like a big bag, everyone has stuff with them. And if you reach out your paw to me, I'll shake it and give a quick nod and go, oh, Great. We're hoping to join the festival, and we would like 3 rooms. Do we need 3? 1, 3, 3? So it's
Wait a minute,
looking
I'm an old mole. I need my space.
right. Mabel. Yeah, this is Mabel. This is Sveta. I'm Jesper.
Hi,
Yeah,
I'm
we
Evita,
just
and
arrived.
I'm sorry, say it again.
We just arrived in your town and would like to, stay until the festival.
Of course. We love the fact that everybody's coming for the festival. I'm so excited. And they kind of seem like a little bit frazzled. Almost like they were like putting the boxes down and like they shook your hand and then they kind of like looked at their hand afterwards, like, why did I do that? With like 3 rooms, that is, and they kind of like stop, look at the 3 of you. Welcome to the festival. It is kind of being set up, so not really welcome to the festival, but it's going to be a heckin' good time. And there's going to be pie. That seems like a very big thing for them, that there is going to be pie. Afterwards, they ask if you guys would prefer upstairs or downstairs rooms.
And as you're asking this, the door gives that little noise again, and in wanders this older looking mouse. There's some graying around his nose, and his whiskers are slightly curled and twirled, and his hat is askew. And he comes in and he goes, "Lovely people. Hello, Evita." And Evita, you would know this as Mr. Munster. He has come in, and Mr. Munster walks in and he smiles and he goes, "Oh, we have visitors, the first ones of the festival.
I know, I'm really excited.
Oh, I love this." And he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out a pure white feather. And he goes, "I have a gift for our first arrivals." And he looks at all 3 of you, looks at the feather, and he goes, "I believe this would match you the best." And he hands it over to Jesper.
Oh, do I get an idea of what kind of feather it is?
This is a feather that comes from a owl.
Mhm.
And it's pure white with a little bit of gold almost running up through it.
Can I take a look and I try to figure out what kind of owl it is, and yeah, it's like, can I tell like what specific owl this is, or do I just like, okay, this is an owl feather?
As you are investigating it, all of a sudden it bursts out into jingle bells, jingle all the way. And Evita, without missing anything, you whip your head
Yeah.
around, and your littlest helper at the inn is trying to sneak away.
Cece,
go
where are you
play
going?
I know I'm supposed to get my chores done, but I really, really, really want to go to the snowball fight.
I stopped listening after I know I should have got my chores done. That means you didn't do your chores?
There's just why chores are stupid.
Chores are not stupid. Chores teach responsibility. Just like when I teach you that you have to cock your arm back to your ear before you hurl it at Zaya.
I'll do my chores after the snowball fight.
If you come here with snow on you at all, it means you lost and you'll have to do double chores. So win or do double chores, or do your chores and be late to the snowball fight.
Double chores.
Sveta
And
is
zips out the
going
door.
to interrupt and say, I can actually help out around here if you need anything done. I actually had some questions about the town. While I'm here, I can help out if you'll answer them.
Oh.
Jesper.
And
oh, sorry.
No, yeah. Jesper, you saying something?
While you two are having this conversation, Jesper, please roll me a cunning, just a straight cunning, and applying whatever bonus is.
Yes. That is 12.
All right, you are looking at this feather, and what you realize is it bursts out to song anytime someone is trying to be extremely quiet. Whether it's you, maybe, you don't know, or if it's someone around you.
So this feather starts playing loud music whenever someone tries to sneak.
Mm-hmm.
And so far it happened because the CC tried to sneak away the music. So I make a mental note and immediately want to test some variation, like make a mental note. Okay, I'm gonna try to. I will try to sneak past these bickering people. Or not, well, not bickering, but they are having this discussion. So
Okay.
Sveta and Evita. So I'm trying to sneak past them behind the counter with the thought that this is an experiment. I don't really want to. The idea is I want to see if the feather goes off if I do it.
Okay.
While this is happening, Mabel just turns to Mr. Munster and is like, "My friend meant to say thank you. Please excuse them. They're just very caught up in things. But thanks. What a lovely
He-
gift."
He just smiles and he goes, well, that's what we give them for. And he's like, Evita, I just came to drop off some stewed ingredients, and then walks out the door. I will not sing again because I understand I am terrible at singing. And I only know like 2 Christmas carols. Actually, I know like 2 Christmas carols and like the dreidel song. So we're just not gonna play that game. But as you start to sneak, you start to hear the ringing of bells pick up from the feather, and it gets louder and louder the harder you try to sneak.
Okay, everyone does hear it as well, right? It's not just me.
Yes.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
guys hear the ringing of bells start, and if you all turn around as you're having this conversation, you will see Jasper like a foot and a half away from you. I can see a doggy in the mirror. Sorry. About a foot and a half away from you, like mid-foot up, trying to like sneak, and just froze as soon as the bells got loud enough for everybody to hear.
Interesting.
Jesper, stop trying to break into the inn. Come on.
I'm not trying to break into it in. This was an experiment.
It was an experiment. It was an experiment. We're
It was an
researchers.
experiment, right?
Yeah.
If I wanted to break in, I would have used a different method.
No,
I
we
would prefer
wouldn't
you
because we
didn't
don't know
break
about
in.
that.
Because I assume you guys are in fact having this conversation directly in front of me.
Yes.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Mabel's being like, we would not do that, would we? No.
Like I would appreciate if you didn't break
No,
in.
we're gonna pay. How much do we owe you?
It's gonna be you have gold. Do we only do like little gold coins, or are there like do my TTR want copper and silver? Is it just gold?
You wanna? I'm not doing the translations on that. It's
Thank
gold.
you. Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Large gold.
I
Big gold.
I don't have the ability to do that.
Well, it's gonna be 9 gold, 3 gold per room.
Great. Here you go. Thank you so much.
We're pretty simple here. And since you guys are the first guests, you don't get the 5 gold upkeep for the festival.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Nothing. I'm not jamming people. 3 gold each.
Okay.
If
That
people
sounds
want to see
fair.
the pretty trees, they paying me 2 gold extra. That's all I'm saying. And the inn is up by the river, so it is actually like very pretty around the inn.
How about I trade you something that helps you not get broken into, or have your helpers sneak out as much? It's a security system.
Okay. Yeah, security system would be better than what I have in place. There's like a smash cut to like some strings and cans, like for people to trip over around the back of it. It might be better than what I have in place right now. They say like it's sophisticated, and it like cuts over to that. What did you have in mind? I'm always down for a barter.
Well, I'll have to test it out first. I only did one experiment, and I'm moving up to the counter, and not moving up to the door, and have realized that I'm too short to reach, and wave Sveta over to help me. Can you raise me up a little? I need to be above the door.
You are the
Sveta
tallest
just
of all of us.
picks you up,
Yeah, so I
like
get a
boosts.
get a little boost of Sveta, and then I will attach the feather on top of the door. And then it's like, all right, this is good, thank you. And then I look over to the others and say, okay, Mabel, can you tell Evita about your favorite book for a minute?
Absolutely. There's this charming one that I know called Red Wall. It's about these heroic mice. They are actually fighting cats now that I think about it, but it's irrelevant. And they
So they
travel through.
so they start talking about the book, and I try to sneak out of the door this time and see if the feather still works if I'm not holding it.
A loud rendition of I have to look up Christmas. I have to.
It's
not
just Mariah
Christmas songs.
Carey.
It can just
Right,
always
it's literally be Mariah Carey.
coming in loud.
All of a sudden, this voice you have never heard, as if it echoes across time, starts singing, and you hear the beginning notes, and it's loud and almost, and just you. Yeah, I'm gonna have. Hey, Bunz, I know you can sing. You're gonna sing. For anyone who doesn't know, I was in a game with Bunz once, and they literally busted out with this like amazing ringtone of me.
Oh yeah, I remember the
and it is
ringtone.
one
Oh
of my
God.
favorite moments from a game. So
Oh gosh,
Bunz can sing the feather.
I got you.
Well,
Um,
anyway, this Christmas song starts blasting from the feather, and I say, all right, this works. Turn around. Well, your security system has been installed. If someone tries to sneak in or sneak out, this thing will go off. Try not to sneak out unless, if you do plan to do that, get rid of the feather first.
Probably would be the best thing to do. But okay, a trade's a trade. I have a new security system, and you three have a place to stay for the festival.
Thank you.
Now about those chores.
Right? Yes, What do you need help with?
This is kind of gonna go, if it's okay with you, DM, in like into like maybe a little mini like town tour, because they're like gonna take him around because the
absolutely.
kid was supposed to do stuff. So it's like a little so those like, so what did you have in mind? And then it's like, go out back and you see that the pier is there. There's like trees that give away to like a stream that then goes into the river, so like off the tree, and you can tell that's where they do their laundry. And there's this big line kind of hanging up where people at the end are like washing their clothes, are like, unfortunately all of those need to be in those baskets. So it's like put the clothes in the baskets, and then they needed somebody to help them take those boxes that you saw them carrying earlier and set them up on the stage. And then the last thing was, and don't tell them that this was the last chore, because I didn't tell them what it was. It's being a taste tester, which will take them closer to town where all the stalls are being set up and everything, and take them over to, I hadn't decided what little animal he was. I want to say a honey badger. I want to say a badger.
Yeah.
So it's like this, it's sort of portly, which makes sense when you smell all of the dough and sweets and everything in the air. It's like it's crisp, cold kind of smell that tingles your nose, and then it's hit with sweetness, like when you walk into someone's house and they were baking. It's like like halfway through all the stalls being set up, it's just this smell. And like currently I'm using some of those berries that Evita was eating earlier on their toast, on their bread. They're trying to put them on these cute little dishes, and they're like, Zion, are you making those danishes again?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is only Sveta going with you or all of us?
All of you. I would like it, but if not, it's up to you guys.
Because like
mean,
Sveta's
Mabel
the
will
one
come.
who offered to do the chores.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Jesper might actually go and do the thing he was planning to do earlier, like go to the check out the town records or the library, depending on where they get access to see what the town has put together. And so Sveta would like, and maybe Mabel join you while Jesper does some investigating.
I think
As
Mabel
Jesper
would.
sneaks off, Wham starts playing.
Last
In the
Christmas,
distance.
you
I
gave me a heart.
I let you told you what I was gonna do, and I'm telling
Yeah.
Evita that I'm like doing my own thing.
I think
I'm not
Mabel
sneaking because I know
will.
what's happened. I'll be whammed if I do.
Mabel will accompany Sveta and Evita like to the place where the stage is being set up and all the stores and all of that. And then we'll just like park herself on a bench and start eating like sherbet lemons and sweeties, and seeing what's going on around her.
Excellent. We are gonna start with Evita and Erin, meaning Zion. Zion, you can see, is very bulky. He's a honey badger. And as you walk up, he goes, "Oh, if it isn't my favorite raccoon."
Yes. Don't tell me.
How are you? Mimi. Mimi is my favorite bean in the world. You're just my favorite raccoon.
Fair. And they give like a little bow.
Mimi makes the spicy food.
You can keep her.
He
It's like
They
their
have
weakness, their kryptonite, spicy food. So
They
Sveta
have
has
spicy
found
food
out.
here?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Mimi, the owner of the inn, has a large garden of excellent peppers.
Evil devil field. It's like the angel and the devil for spices, like evil.
You do not like peppers then?
I don't like what happens after I eat the peppers. Peppers aren't the problem.
Oh, so it's less the spice and I will stop
The
talking.
consequence.
The biological reactions.
Capsaicin.
You have all you have come here. Have you all come here to be my taste testers?
Yes.
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 Sans one Cece there at the snowball fight.
But I made Cece the strawberry cake they like.
Oh, we
And
can help with that.
we can
Oh, that is a
definitely
shame.
help.
I guess I will have to eat the strawberry cake.
Yeah.
Zion goes to the back and he comes out with a tray of these beautifully designed cinnamon rolls that almost look like flowers.
Oh.
And this, on one end, there's this cinnamon roll, and then there's these big pretzels that have been twisted into the shape of a snowflake, and a large, what looks like a savory bread that has these green specks all through it, and this creamy kind of sauce that's been put on top. And then on the end is this beautifully strawberry it looks like a strawberry, but it's much larger than your average strawberry. And it is fully encased in a very, what looks like a light coat of the shiniest chocolate you've ever seen in your life.
Now I'm hungry in real life.
I know. Breakfast break.
And
Great session, guys.
as you guys look at these beautiful treats, and he goes back and he comes with another one. And as you all are getting ready to dig in and talk, we are going to move over to Jesper. Now, earlier we got a rumors. So you are going to get some information on this. You tell me where you want to go.
So I first want to go where I believe the town records would be, like,
Excellent.
and see if it's like something I am even allowed to access. Like sometimes it's like private, some places are like very open about it. It's like, oh, this is the town hall kind of place, just go. It's like I want to see first if I can at all get access to the town records.
As you walk in, you see a very prim and proper weasel sitting at the front desk. He has very straight shoulders and a very like his gaze is very piercing. That's the word I was going for. As you walk in, he goes, "Welcome to the town center. Uh you do not look like one of our normal residents. May I have your name and your reason for being here?"
Hi, yes, my name is Jesper. I just arrived. I'm staying at the sanctuary, with run by the Raccoon person. Um, I
Amy,
am
yes.
Yes, Evita. We are. Me and my friends were here to join the festival, and I was hoping to read up on the history of the town.
Well, our town is very interesting and it is a wonderful place to be. I will need you to fill out these forms, and he hands you 4 sets of forms in triplet. And of course, I will need your full signature at the bottom, along with your occupation and a recommendation on your character.
It's too hard to get a library card.
And as this is happening, you hear a Blakesley, introduce yourself before you go into the forms. It's only polite. Yes, I am Blakesley, the receptionist at the town's. A little late for that, Blakesley. Hello, my name is Mayor Roger, and out comes a squirrel. With a big fluffy tail. He's a red squirrel, so he's got like pointy ears with little fur sticking up, and he's wearing a smart little vest and with like kind of a professor like vibe, a smart vest, like what are they called? Not plaid, the other one.
Pleated?
The lines.
Cartons.
Striped?
Yeah, pinstripe.
And a feather. Not feather. One second. Brain, please provide the words I need. Corduroy jacket.
Okay.
With patches on the
Yeah.
elbow. I'm so sorry. Words just left. And they come out and they offer you their hand.
I shake the hand and tell them, "Hello, yes, my name is Jesper. I just arrived in your beautiful town. I am a researcher, and I would love to a researcher and historian, and I would love to read more on your the history of your town."
Well, I would love to allow you to read the history of the town, but unfortunately, though I think the forms are a little excessive, we do have to track who accesses our town records. So, what I can do is I would be happy to sit down and answer your questions about the town. I am the mayor here. I love to speak about our town. So, if you would like that, I'd happily offer. And there's no forms to fill out.
Wonderful. So, would you give me a rundown of your town's history, starting from the very day it got formed until today, including every single big event, every single person of importance, your just generally just everything that comes to mind.
I'm happy to give you a synopsis. And I would be happy to take you over to the library and vouch so that you could get a library card. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds wonderful, actually. And while we like go there, I think Maya Rojo can tell that Jesper is indeed a researcher, like constantly yapping about some sort of like, oh, on my way here, I also saw this very interesting mushroom. Could you tell me if it is actually rural to this place or if that is an outlier? Do you have how much have you experimented with crossbreeding that mushroom? Did you ever think about using it to build structure? I am aware that you can like cook it. It has a bit of a tangy kind of taste. But I heard that if baking it brings out an almost citrusy kind of flavor. It's just like rambling about all sorts of research. I was like, okay, this is a fucking nerd.
I think you will quite like our library. That mushroom, I have only ever had the enjoyment of eating it in a nice bowl of soup. I can't say that I've ever thought about using it to build structures. It does grow quite frequently in the fields to the west, and it is quite lovely if you roast it slowly over a fire. It becomes more nutty.
Well, it's
But
like nodding and making notes.
But as for the town, it was established pre-Erie Dynasty. We, unfortunately, like most things, most of the records from the pre-Dynasty were lost. Always an unfortunate thing. With the fall of the Erie, with the fall of the Erie Dynasty, they. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Puppy.
I'm like trying to put my
I'm so
hand up
sorry.
to block
I'm so
this.
sorry. They both want
Uh,
affection so bad. I don't know what's wrong.
Uh,
Angel, can you feed them, please? I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, most of that history was lost, but we do know that the clearing was established pre-Erie Dynasty. Once the Erie Dynasty fell, we did hit some harder times. Luckily, we are one of the clearings on the river, so traders with the river folk have continued to happen. We are lucky to have access to more supplies, and we have an excellent community here, which has helped keep us stable and built up during these last rounds.
The access to supplies due to the trade with the Rutherford?
Yes.
Is that the only way you secure supplies?
Well, it's really the only way when you're this far outside of growing it yourself.
That is
The
quite a
lizard
shift.
cult The lizard cult has been helpful, though we have had to maintain a hard boundary on how far they are allowed to go to recruit members.
Oh, are they keeping that boundary?
Yes, we are quite good at making sure contracts are fulfilled and met in this town.
Oh, do you have like your own guardship or like infantry? How do you? Well, I've been to a few towns that also had lizard folk residing there. They, depending on where you go, they can be quite rough.
They can be. We have a strong sense of community and we stand up for one another.
I bet you have a lot of. Well, who are the community leaders in your town?
Well, there's me. There's Mimi who runs the inn. Remy over at the Lizard Cult is the head practitioner there. Also quite a good doctor, I must say.
He's a lizard folk.
Yes, he's lizard folk.
And part of the lizard cult?
He is part of the lizard cult, yes.
Oh, so interesting because you said he's one of the community leaders. So you consider the lizard folk also like the cold part of your community.
Yeah, all those who live here are part of our community. No matter
Oh.
what, no matter what their organization does out here, as long as they stay within their bounds, they are welcome here.
But being welcome and being part of communities, a lot of places consider that separate.
Yes, but we we don't. We like to keep things cohesive here.
Right. Also,
Outside of
okay. So you, Mimi, Remy, anyone else?
I would say Zion has great influence our in our town, given that he is the main procurer of weaponry and items.
Oh, man. Uh, do you trade with other folks
Yes.
or communities aside from the river folk?
Well, we trade through them. We trade with the river folk. We help the river folk meet some certain contracts. We have certain. Our land happens to be very fertile. We're very lucky in that fact that our land is very good for growing.
Oh, okay. So you are mostly self-sufficient in the regards of growing your own crop?
We are mostly self-sufficient. We have some stuff brought in.
That is quite interesting. All right. I would love to read up on more of the things you just told me in the library.
Excellent. We are almost there. It is quite small. If you've been to larger ones, I'm afraid we can't live up to that.
I've
But
been to smaller ones as well.
yes, I would be happy to show you. Real quick before we do anything else, I am so sorry. I am breaking out in hives. I will be right back in 1 second. They are spreading down my arms. I will be right back.
Then I start singing Hark How the Bells because someone's sneaking around. Hark
Yeah,
How the Bells,
someone
sweet.
is. Also, do get a library card. Libraries need your support.
Also, why was it so hard to get that library card?
Yeah, honestly, in real life, getting a library card is actually really easy in
Very,
most
very
places.
easy.
You can
Multiple
even
library
do it you can
cards.
even do it online. Getting a library card supports most libraries, and also it supports a lot of indie books. And I think I heard librarians say if you ask for a book, like if 2 people or like 3 people ask for a book, they will order it, even if they don't have a book and you ask for it. The chances are very high that they're gonna get it. So yeah, go support your library. You're gonna support indie writers as well.
So, like in the UK, libraries are definitely not just books and other media. Like the one that I volunteer at my local library, and we have all kinds of things. Like we can support people with online forms. We have like period products available, like little packs that you can take home with you, like food bank stuff, all kinds of
Yeah,
things.
libraries are great. I think one of our local ones, one of the bigger ones, they have um, a 3D printer lab. So you can just go and
That's really
3D
cool.
print stuff.
That is cool.
In
Hmm.
California, you can get as many library cards for any county as long as you like physically visit. So
Oh,
anytime I go to a new place, I get a library card so that I can access their audiobooks.
It's
Very
just
nice.
at some point.
single-handedly propping up the library.
Yeah. This is this book, and instead of a bunch of fake
They
IDs,
have
it's just a
different
bunch of
collections
libraries.
to
Just over
different
and over and over
libraries.
again.
Yeah, you can just get the ebooks, you can get audiobooks. There's a lot of stuff you can like get at the library without
Mm.
having them blast ads at you.
Mm.
Also, I mean, I imagine this is the same in the States and in where are you, Toto? You're in Germany,
I'm
right?
in Germany.
Yeah. But here, like, we offer library cards even to people who are like undocumented or like can't prove their address or whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll be giving you a library card anyway. You can't really leave the building without somebody handing you a library card.
Yeah.
You-
There's also a lot of libraries that are just open for you to just walk in. You don't even have to get a card if you just want to
Oh,
join
definitely.
some of the readings or like events. They also have a lot of like events that are like for kids and like
Yeah.
socializing stuff. There are game nights. There's yearly there's the board game night and the tabletop RPG day. That where you can go with your kids or you can go yourself and play a game. So check out your local library and see what they got.
And speaking of local libraries, we zoom back in. I apologize for that temporary delay. There you zoom back in as Mayor Roger walks you into the library. You see a soft and kind older woman who is wearing a cardigan and very smart pants, and she almost reminds you, if you ever went to school, of like that professor that everyone goes, oh yeah, they're a real hard ass, you have to do the work. And she kind of takes one look at you and can read your aura right off the bat, and she's like, temporary card, where are they going? And she just kind of ushers you in, and like you start telling her what you're looking for, and we will go back to that. We're going to check in with our other players real quick, and then I am going to give you the summation depending on what you look at. So take a few seconds to think about it before, so that I can give you a good rumor. Uh there we're gonna let me be blurry. All right, checking back in with Evita, Erin, and Mabel. You guys have tried the treats. Zion has made wonderful treats, and they're all delicious. When you bite into it, the dough is perfectly flaky, and the flavorings blend well together. Uh, you get to the back bread that had the green sprinkles on it, and it has a nice like kick and burn to it that kind of warms you from the inside. And when you try that strawberry cake, there's just kind of like almost a bubble on your tongue, and you feel the bubble comes, and then it's followed by this creamy inside, and the cake is soft but holds together. It's not crumbly or dense. And well, is it good enough for the festival?
By the stars, this is incredible. Please tell me you write your recipes down.
Oh
You need to
no,
document this urgently.
absolutely not.
Urgently. That's called
Urgently.
job security.
You can buy my cookbook. It's a side
I
passion
can.
project.
I would love to.
Yes.
Absolutely. Can I get 2 copies? I have another researcher I know who would be very interested. Do you have anything on mushrooms in particular? They're
I
very
have an,
into mushrooms.
I have an entire book on how to use mushrooms
My God. Truly, if only he was here.
and other fungi, of course, because it's very
Course.
important.
Wow.
Might need more to determine if it's good enough for the festival.
Maybe we could take some in a bag while we go about town.
Excellent. Yes. He packs up a mushroom tart and a few other things, and he also puts your bag, your books, your cookbooks in there and hands them off to you.
Yay.
I so
Also,
appreciate it.
if you need anything made out of metal, that is actually what I do.
Ah.
Like slightly over from the thing, you just see the anvil. He's like, ah. So it's like a Taco Bell Wendy's. It's just like a baker's.
If you also need your sword sharpened.
Look,
You
a
you're
person
not
can
in
have a hobby and a job, okay?
There you go.
and just to be clear, you're not like the king of this town or something.
No. No, 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 no.
Why?
Why?
Yes. It seems they're slacking. Metalworking and cookery. Incredible.
It's my
Well,
favorite.
they probably don't want to be a king. They are probably more egalitarian, right?
President.
No.
Whatever.
I'm a blacksmith and a cook.
I don't know, Zion. I feel like you would do real good being in charge. You like making decisions.
I will break everything.
Can can I roll to figure someone out?
Sure.
All right, let's see. That's a 12.
Nice. Good rolls.
Right?
Well, I have a +3 with charm, and I've only been doing charm, so
Oh, is that okay?
It helps. Yes.
it really helps.
What questions are you wondering?
Um, First, I want to ask what he is what they are really feeling.
Zion is a very jolly person. You get and since this is actually one of Evita's close friends, uh, if they feel that this is any different, they are of course welcome to chime in.
Mhm.
He gives you more golden retriever type vibes. Like very like he can cook really well and he's really good blacksmith and he'll help you build your house. But if you ask him to think of anything overtly complex, he will probably just go, "Would you like a piece of cake instead? How about
Say,
cake?"
he talks in
Okay,
like
so
crafting
this is
analogies.
probably not matched.
Yeah. He would give you a
Um,
sports analogy if you came to him with relationship problems. He'd be like, "So when you're down and out on the field while playing bear ball, you have to really buckle down, and that's how you handle a relationship. You really buckle down and you focus on your opponent's weaknesses and you help them."
okay.
Like the dad from
Um,
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna hold the other two for this one because I think I've gotten all I need, so I'm just gonna yeah, keep my other two questions in case he becomes relevant later.
All right, excellent. As you guys, where are you headed next? We have a few more minutes. One more thing. What would you like to do?
I
Um,
mean,
we should all gather back together. We gotta go meet up with Jesper.
yeah.
Yep. All right, you head towards the library. Jesper,
Can we
could you?
Sorry. As we're
Oh,
going, can we keep an eye out for any like graffiti related to Matchstick? Like any messages of support or like symbols that might relate to them?
Stickers
Yes,
I
hiding on
stickers.
the walls.
roll me a luck.
Okay. That is 9.
As you are walking past an art stall, you see uh, a very beautiful painting in multiple hues of red and orange, and within it you see kind of a hidden symbol. You're not sure what the symbol means, but underneath it it says, "Keep the fire alive." Is the name of the underneath the picture it says "Keep the fire alive." That is its name, and you kind of note that as you've never seen it before, but fire related matchstick kind of makes sense. As you continue through town, you don't really see much else that you catch, but uh, you do walk through town and you can see more and more people setting up booths. You can see some of the river folk coming in, bringing in fish and wine and meads and many other things. And you get closer and closer to the library, and as you walk in, Evita, you look up and you see that same kind of older, a little bit soft, but also very strong presence of a woman. And she looks at you and goes, "You absolutely will not bring any food into my library. Evita, you know better."
I just thought, what is more lovely than reading a book with a nice treat and some tea? I just wanted to invite you to some tea in the reading nook. We're not allowed to do that no more.
I don't know who wrecked my copy of the Scrolls of Babylon.
I do not know either. How big were the fingerprints?
I think you know how big. Would you like to hold up your hand? I bet I can measure.
I don't know. What you're like actively their hands are going behind their back. I don't know what you're talking about.
Or
it was a
maybe
very
you.
nice read.
I'm sure it was. Before
Yeah.
it was. What was the tea you were having? It seemed to dye it a nice orange color.
Tangerine eucalyptus. Did I ever tell you I have such
Have I not?
have I ever told you how pretty my handwriting is and how much I like rewriting scrolls?
I think that sounds like a lovely idea.
I love to barter.
Who are your friends? Do I have to worry about them ruining my books?
You do not. These are actually some visitors for the festival, and they're very interested in your all of your reading nooks and crannies.
Actually, I was looking for anything you have on the origin of the festival. Maybe a folklore book or fairy tales for kids.
See,
Uh,
Mabel would love to read that. And this
would.
is Sveta, and this is Jesper.
No, Jesper's already in the library, been
Oh,
for a
you
while.
are right. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's like
Yes,
some
Jesper.
court in the back,
doing
like,
this
hidden
so we
away.
don't mess up your reading. Doing this so you're not associated with the book messer upper.
No, I don't think I don't think I even noticed what's going up in front. Like, it's so deep into every nook and cranny of like writing, and yeah, actually, I think I'm going to use my move that's called the worth of a book.
Yes.
And when you study your terms of scroll to discover old techniques or methods to solve an intractable problem, curing a deadly disease, ending drought, or legally unseating a leader, stuff like that, I can,
as a treat.
as a treat, and I can decide what you want to accomplish and tell the GM. And I want to trace any kind of information of a head figure, Robin Hood-esque person, so pretty much matchstick, and if I find any information about them and what they mean for the town or how long they've been around, or if I find some kind of story or myth around matchstick. So if this is a new thing, maybe this has been a story that originated from this town even. So I want to dive into that.
Okay. You can hear talking in the front, and
Yeah.
you hear the librarian introduce herself as Henrietta, and as you hear that, it's background noise for you, and you're looking over this book, and you are in the library, and you have a flashback to the moment of, yes, we survived because the river folk we have managed to make good contracts with the river folk. You find a small book. It looks like it's out of place, which seems weird. And you open it up, and it's actually the previous mayor's journal.
Mm.
And in it, you are flipping through the pages, and almost as if serendipitous, you flip to a section. And it doesn't tell you about Matchstick, but what it does tell you is a story about a contract with the river folk that left the town desperate. It left it without food. It left it without money to support itself. It didn't have the means to repair its buildings. their contract was so strict that when they tried to get out of it, their entire town nearly crumbled. About 3 or 4 years ago. It talks about his last day in office and how the new mayor, along with this group of lackeys, has started taking over the town.
Does the book go into more detail about lackeys, or like
No.
also about how was the new mayor taking the seat a violent occurrence, like a
Not
coup?
violent, but forceful. This
Yeah,
was
that's like I was like asking. It's like
Yeah.
not violent in the sense of physical violence, but like not something.
Abrupt.
Yeah, it's like okay, I
Yes.
didn't want to step back, and you just took the position, kind of situation.
Yes. As you're reading this, it's very clear that Mayor Roger, for all his kindness and fluffiness, it gives you a hint that he used to be a military man. And it talks about his second. There are 2 people mentioned in it. It talks about his second in command, which was named Zion.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them were powerful warriors who came into town about a year prior. They don't know where they came from or who they were, but they came into town, and within a year, he was being unseated. And
So it mentions Zion and it mentions Roger. Does it mention anyone else?
It mentions cohorts that they have,
yeah,
but it doesn't mention anything else.
Did it mention the name of the former mayor, or what happened to the former mayor? Like, did they leave the town? Did they stay?
If you flip to the front of the book, it's Mayor. I didn't actually give him a name. Mayor Julius.
Julius.
I was gonna go with Caesar, but that seems
I love
on the
Julius.
So while this bickering in the back is happening, I hear Evita is trying to convince people that she has never ever
I have
tainted
never
any
painted
scrolls.
a page.
No.
I am
Uh,
pure.
I will copy some of the information into one of my scrolls that
Okay.
I consider important, put the book back where I found it, and leave to it's like go to the front where my friends are. But I have the information like written down, but I don't take the actual book. I'm just like copy pasting it.
And as you write this down, the camera is going to kind of pan out over the town, and off in the distance, you see a tiny little muskrat that is near a snowball fight. Take a little slip of paper from someone who came to the edge of the forest and puts it in their mouth, throws one final snowball, winning the match, guaranteeing that they do not have double chores, and head off towards town. And that is where we are going to end today.
Curious.
That is where we are going to end today. We thank you for joining us in this first episode of 2 for Bunnie at the Festival of Frost. We hope you had fun. I'm going to let my players introduce themselves, and then I will go last, and I will let you know all the wonderful things we are doing here at Sword&Key. And we are going to start. It looks like Zoom has moved people around. So we are going to start with Toto. Please give us our name, where we can find you, any projects you have coming up, and all of the wonderful things that you are doing.
Hi everyone, I'm Toto. My pronouns are she, they, not in order of preference. I have been playing Jesper today, and will be playing Jesper next time, hopefully. And I am very looking forward to unraveling this mystery, maybe. We'll see. And yeah, thank you for letting me join the game. It was a lot of fun. And you can find me almost anywhere under Totoroki. You can find my card on Totoroki dot no Totoroki place dot card.co, and you can find me on BlueSky. It's like almost anywhere. And yeah, you mostly find me over on Who Hurt You AP or on Euphoria, which focuses mostly on European-based talents and stories, mostly because I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. to play with the Americans. I'm really sorry. But
Excellent.
yeah, if you ever want to hang out in European time zones, let me know.
Thank you so much. And we are so happy to have you here. I particularly love, I told you this before, but snow hares are one of my favorite animals. So, and with that, we will jump to Erin. Please tell us your
Hello.
name and where we can find you.
Yes. My name is Erin. You can find me uh, basically anywhere that I want to be found as Vale's Edge Games. Um, I'm a game designer. I do create escape rooms and other immersive creations. And yeah, you can find my games on it. You can uh, find my socials as Vale's Edge Games, and if I'm not there, then I don't want to be found.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And from there, we will jump to Bunnie.
Hi, I'm once again a bunz. I was playing Evita, but don't look for that if you want to find me. You search for Battlescar Bunnie, and you can find me on Twitch if my videos will ever save, crying about episodic games and why these stupid jumps are so hard and why Arno from freaking Rogues in Assassin's Creed won't let go of the belt. Don't worry about it. Other than that, you could have me be in charge instead of one of your chaotic players, and you can hire me as a GM. You can hire me on Patreon there. I also do character commissions like the doodles you saw today.
Excellent. And again, last but not least, Miranda.
Hello, I am Miranda and I have been Mabel. You can find me at mirandadebnam.card.co, which is also my handle on Instagram, and you can find me on BlueSky at mdebnam1. You can also see me soon in a game coming up on the transmissions called Heartforge Siege, where I am playing a kind of grumpy turtle sorcerer called Arthur. He's great. So pop on over and see that. I think it's coming out in like 2 months' time. Yeah, this has been great. Thank you.
Uh, thank you so much. I am so happy to be here with these players. My name is Baker. You can find me at most social medias, uh, BlueSky and Instagram mainly. If you do not like politics, I suggest you stay out of my stories on Instagram. I do nothing but talk about politics there. But if you would like to see pretty food or pictures or hear what I think is witty and funny, which is not witty and funny, and we can all admit it, and that's okay. You can find me at Baker TTRPGs at BlueSky. Otherwise, you can find me at Minneapolis_Baker on Instagram. I am a Sword&Key exclusive as of now. I play in a long-term campaign called Vison, and I will be running the second half of this game on December 27th for HOPEmas. I do want to remind you that this month Sword&Key is running a month-long charity for Project Hope, who does vastly good things throughout the world, helping provide aid and food and access to services that are much needed all over the world. I will not go into how much our world needs it because I think most people are aware. So I hope you will continue to join us throughout this month. The games for today that are playing will be at 3 p.m. Horizon Call, which is our flagship show about ships
Mhm.
and pirates. And Scarlet, who, don't tell anyone, but Scarlet is my favorite character. And Winnie, the majestic centaur. I can think of what words are. Our next HOPEmas game will be specifically the Grandma Club run by Mare. I wanted to join this game. It sounds amazing. So you should definitely sign in for that. That will be at 4 p.m. Pacific. It is going to be a lot of laughs and, of course, a lot of knitting, I believe. I think that is all for us today. If you would like to join us over at Sword&Key, you can find a full list of links, including socials, ongoing charities, affiliate discounts, codes, upcoming cast schedules, casting calls, and other important updates. Check out beacon.ai/Sword&Key or hop into the Discord by typing !Discord in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful day.